Hello, and welcome back to Wario Land Shake It, in which I've eaten, I've sleepened, and the grumps that the Wiggly Wild inflicted on me have been scared away. So goodbye, Wiggly Wild, and hello, Rocking Range, in which we will rock me Wamadeus. And I decided I wanted that to be the name of the video, so I decided to also say it out loud, I guess. So Glitter Town, we were here, we were cool, we were hipping with it, and we found a secret map because we were so cool that the locals were like, hey, here's a secret map. And by that I mean we found it somewhere in the level. And because we were so cool, the locals allowed us to go to the cool part of town, the Neon City, in which there's another secret map. And we also must finish 4 o'clock hits 140, beat the stage without taking damage, collect 70,000 coins, defeat the golden enemy, detonate 3 bombs simultaneously, and eat 5 heads of garlic. Golden enemy. Saying defeat the golden enemy for some reason always trips me up mouth-wise. It trips me in the mouth. But it's fine. It's cool. You know, we had some stressful last 2 episodes. Maybe even 3 episodes since we beat the Shake King and the one before that. You know, we're just going to chill here because we're coming to Neon City, baby. You know, we're here for a night of ritz and pomp and glamour and luxury, and we're just gonna have a grand old time in this level. I'm not sure how aesthetically different this level is than Glitter Town. It looks pretty much the same to me. Maybe there's some backgrounds that didn't exist in the other one, as opposed to doing more palette swappy stuff, which would be cool. But my eye isn't trained enough to notice the differences, and also my eye and also the brain not trained enough to notice and / remember the differences. I mean, you know, it's a alternate version of the level. We're going to be seeing like the same mechanics. You know, we got the invisible platforms. We got you know, slots. I mean, obviously there's not a slot on screen right now, but you know, it's going to be the same thing but harder and more, because it's what you do in video games. You make levels that are harder and more as you go into the video game. That's what you do. But we're going to have a good time here, and we're going to enjoy it. And also, I just want to go ahead and throw it out there. Even though I was like, oh, I can't visually tell what's different in this level. That isn't to say that, like, oh, I think they should have done more work to make the level look more different. It's just more so that, like, oh, I just wanted to point it out. I'm not sure how visually different this level is, since the alternate ones tend to be, like, kind of palette swaps or have something going on for it. But I just can't really tell with this level. Like, I don't really remember that, like, big Shake King being in the other level. That could just be bad memory. I don't know. But the point of it is to say that the whole point of this wasn't to say, oh, I wish they had made it look more visually different, because I think Glitter Town, Neon City are some of the nicest looking levels in the game, although that could just be the pomp and glamour getting to me. But I would never say that they should have done more work on the art in this game, because it looks so good. Everything looks great. Animation so fluid. Everything looks so nice. I'm not going to be a big butthead about it. But what I am going to be a big butthead about is, oh, my Wiimote disconnected. Oh, that's weird. Why'd you disconnect, Wiimote? What's going on, buddy? Okay, that was weird. I don't know why my Wiimote just shut off like that, but it did. And unfortunately, it cost me doing this arrangement, but it's fine. We'll give it another shot. I'm not upset. You know, I've been harsh on the Wiimote. I should probably be a little nicer to it. It is getting up there in the age, so you know, we should probably be a little nicer to it. We got to be careful. And for some reason, the newer bomb has less time on it, thanks to me doing just a bad job with this, but it's fine, because I'm going to hit this on and get this third one. I'll throw the bomb over there and detonate 3 bombs simultaneously without even hurting myself. I was so sure I was going to somehow screw that up doing that, but it's fine, because now we can continue onwards, and hopefully we won't have any more mishaps from the Wiimote, and we just have a grand old time. And we need to throw a ball at that sparkly. Okay, sure. Oh, the slot will make the ball. I was like, well, we can't throw the short fuse. The short fuse don't bounce. We need a ball, but the slot machine will produce the ball for us. Now, when does the ball? The ball comes out right after the snow, because hey, this slot machine can create snow. I'm not exactly sure what was supposed to happen there. So let's try that again. So I throw it at the sparkle. Does it want me to? Oh, you know what? It wants me to hit the switch, I think, because if I were to not hit, actually, why do I want to hit the switch? If I were to hit the switch, it would take these away. Oh, so we can snowball roll up here. That's what's happening. Is there anything going on? No, this is the end of a room. I keep like, I was like going right to like ensure that it was in fact the end of the room, and then kept like scaring myself away. Like, oh no, I've seen it. I should be good. And we'll just push the ball in here so we can have another shot at this. And I'm throwing at the sparkle. Maybe if I stand right where the sign is and then throw at the sparkle, it'll. Yeah, there we go. I had to stand where the sign was. I was trying to stand so where it'd be like, oh, the sign is in front of me. But no, that's not what we should be doing. Okay, let's spawn in some snow now. Can I actually move the camera a little bit up? Snow comes after Bumbleprod, so we shake on... Oh, I shook on Bumbleprod, but my Wiimote did not the Wiimote did not. I shook the Wiimote, but I must have not shook it. I didn't shake it in a way that the Wiimote registered, is what I was trying to say. And we produced snow. It's time for a snowman Wario arrangement. I always forget the word arrangement, even though I really like the word arrangement for describing things in video games, which I'm pretty sure is a habit I picked up from the Wario Land 4 game design book that I plugged during the Wario Land 4 LP, just because it's a really good read, and I really wanted to have. This is going back to Wario Land 4 stuff, so I probably shouldn't talk about it, but I really wanted to have read it a second time before I started the LP, but then I also didn't want to, like, just, you know, say what the book says a whole bunch, which I have a bad habit of doing when it comes to things where it's like, oh, I'll get a thought ingrained in my head, then it's like, oh, well, I'll just say that now, and it was like, well, I don't want to take other people's words, I want to make my own words, which is why I do videos, I guess. Oh, yeah, I probably should have been shaking enemies. In that last room, I totally forgot about it, that we should have been shaking these fools, but it's fine. I was about to say it's fine because there's more band and arrows in here, but the floaty band and arrows, not really going to aid us in our cause. I suppose I could jump down there after them, see where they landed, but I have a fear in my heart that if I were to fall down there, there would be a pit of spikes, but oh, it's just a... Oh, that was rude! That was so rude, Boom and Arrow. Well, we didn't have to worry because in the end, you know, it was just a pit you'd fall down into the other room, which is cool. Oh, and then we landed on a ball. But it's fine because I'd already messed up, so I'm not upset about the Bumble Prod. The Bumble Prod was just salt in the wound, and that just makes your wounds tasty. So, you know, thank you, Bumble Prod, for enhancing the flavor of my wound. I appreciate it, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. How do we get up there? We need to get up there. Is that a way we come by later, or there's probably an arrangement over here that, oh, the red goes up very high, and these just seem to keep blowing for a long time, and actually, is there a thing here? No. I think the secret map in Glitter Town was in a place that looked like this, which is why I thought it might have been there. But no. It was just the golden enemy being the golden enemy. I probably should have destroyed him before I walked close, because if I walked through the loading zone, then his money. Well, we would have gotten his money. But, you know, he would have despawned, and then we would have had to go back and get him, and that would have been a whole thing. But it's fine. I am upset about that stupid taking damage. But, you know, it's fine. You know, we had to come back. You got to do 2 runs because you can't do time and stuff. And there's fire over there. You can't do time and stuff on this run. So we should probably not be sweating it. Am I in trouble? Can I get back up there? Is there a way to get... okay, yeah. I wasn't considering that thing to be there, like to be a platform in my head for some reason. Don't know why. Can I stun you from... No, I thought I could stun him, but he was off screen, which made him unstunnable, because I need to be able to see him. He can fire. Like, he is firing just quick enough to have gotten me every single time. But it's fine, because now we'll just shake him out. We'll eat his garlic. Not that we need it. I mean, I suppose we were injured and needed to heal. But what are we going to be doing here? Okay, so there's an arrangement here. What's happening? There's a slot machine. If we get a bomb... Okay, let's get a bomb first. Or maybe I should... Let's not do... I was thinking we get the bomb and then we blow this thing up, but I'm afraid of grabbing the bomb and then messing everything up. We want to light ourselves on fire and go up. Okay, so let's see. Fire comes after Bumble Prod, so I'll shake on the second Bumble Prod. We'll make fire spawn, and then we'll start running. And how are we going to do this? We just jump up. Oh, how am I actually going to do this? I mean, I can't do it now because I've messed it up. This one's going to take some work, I think, because... Oh, you know what? What if I... No, I was going to say, if I leave it like this, I can just run up it while I'm on fire, maybe? I'm not sure how fire and slopes interact, but even if that was the case where we could run up that, it wouldn't matter, because then we would get to the top, and then we wouldn't be able to make the jump, and I don't think there's another red switch up here, because if there's a red switch we could hit, like, jumping over here, then we'd be good. So I just have to manage to turn around and do this at the same time. Oh, you know what? I figured it out. There's a red switch in there. Oh, I'm a dummy. We do need to get the bomb first. My instinct of, we should probably deal with this bomb thing first. While it was just like, I should probably do this one. Let's actually turn you off first. While it was like, I want to do this one first. It ended up being not a bad instinct at all, because I think, you know what? I was about to say, that's weird that it's sparkling. It's sparkling because there's a secret map here. Kind of a rude place to hide a secret map. I mean, I guess it'd only be rude if you hadn't already With the sparkles, not rude at all, because, oh, hey, it's here in a convenient spot, not hidden, so you're bound to run into it and just maybe wonder, hey, why is that money bag sparkling? Like a certain moron might have just done, and the moron being me. I mean, I don't think, actually, that's probably a bit rude of me to be like, oh, a moron, just to be like, oh, here's a self-deprecating joke, which is not a healthy thing to do, A. And B, also, rude because, someone else might have had that thought. And I think that's actually kind of a reasonable thought to have of like, hey, why is that thing sparkling? I think that's a more reasonable thought than I gave myself credit for. And in the end, it's good. But, if you didn't have if you hadn't beaten the Shake King yet, that is kind of a rude place to stick a secret map, because it's like you'd come here, get the money, and I would have never thought like, oh, I should slam here. Like, you saw my thought like, oh, I should slam over there, even though we have sparkles now telling us where to go. Now, this one is a bit weird, if I recall correctly, what we want to do here, because we need to break this. We can break it with a bomb, but I have in my notes, because there's something specific we need to do. We need to have a red deactivated to do this. We might not actually, because when I took these notes, I thought that the Snowman Wario couldn't jump as well as it can. We need a bomb, so we'll... not registering my shakes, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and destroy you, hopefully... Oh, well, we ended up creating the bomb, which is fine. We'll just go ahead and put you down. It doesn't matter if you hurt me, because I've already been hurt. But we want to fall down with the snow. So snow comes after fire. So shake on red, and then we're good. I need to get the timing for the slots down, because it's very important to know how to play the slots. I believe you need to have the red deactivated. Yeah, you cannot make that jump. So it would have been bad had we not activated red, because I wasn't sure. Actually, what happens if you jump on a abandoned arrow? Okay, it squishes them, just like Fat Wario would have previously. You gotta test these things, because you don't get much time being transformed in this video game, so we should take every instance we can to savor our transformations. Mirror Crystal Ball. Did I miss a treasure somewhere? Hopefully not, hopefully not. What do we need to do here? Let's go ahead and activate that, deactivate blue, so we can continue onwards. I love little button-like areas like this. I know I've said this a couple episodes in a row, but I enjoy it when you go through and it's like, I gotta hit a lot of buttons and swap things and swap states. In my brain, it triggers that thing that's like, oh yes, you're having a good time. Fun is being had. You're hitting switches in video games. States are changing. Things are appearing. You're having a good time. And oh, there's a little bar here. Someone got the big glass. Someone had a bad day and got the big glass. Which we've all been there. Everyone's had a bad day. It's not always been, I'm going to get the big glass bad day, but everyone's had a bad day. It's relatable. It's understandable. We'll come down here and destroy these nose dozers out of a sense of wanting to protect myself that I guess doesn't matter anymore. Why can't we just get in there? And it's because there's an invisible wall stopping you from getting in there. That's actually pretty funny. That's a good use of the invisible wall, because you would hit it and then be like, what? Why don't I go in? It's just a little joke from the developers. Just having a good time with y'all. And I keep seeing those nose dozers and thinking I must destroy them or else they will inconvenience me. But no, they're fine. They will not inconvenience me. I've already been hurt. So how many? I said how many golds do we need? Which isn't. I guess it's still right, but we need 70,000 coins. So, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer, etc., etc. Ow, shoot! I just chomped down on my tooth a little too hard, but that's fine because now we got to escape and we get the actual namesake for the level, the music. The music for this segment, whenever you actually escape, is called Neon City. We want to turn around so we can run in here, grab the diamond, which will make this all easier. I don't really know. This escape sequence is a little strange, so hopefully I don't bungle it too hard because we're going to run down here. We want to stop that so we can come back here. And this is the area where I get a little confused just because there's a whole lot going on back here. Now, we're not doing time, so... Oh, nope, I don't want to fall down there, I don't think. I don't really know. We're going to do our best. We're going to have a good time, do our best, see what we can grab, avoid running into bumble prods, come back here. Let's I guess, deactivate the buttons as we run through, because I don't know if that will come back to bite us in the butt later, but yeah, we might as well. Oh, and there's lots of max fast velocity dash raiders, so it's not the end of the world, even if we stopped. I mean, we may end up having to restart this level. I'm not sure if we'll have enough time to do everything, because we're going to need a decent amount of time to... Oh, I want the money back there. Oh, well, there's more money back there. I shouldn't hesitate, because money not really a problem in this level. Because if you remember in Glittertown, There was a slot that you could use to generate as much money as you need, and that is also in here. Oh, there's a bunch of golds in there, so I probably should have gone that way. But it's... Oh, you have to come down this way to escape. Okay, so that makes sense. Oh, and we're right at the end of the level. So, oh no, I didn't go in the thing. Well, that's bad. I figured we'd have to retry this one anyway. So it's fine, because in that pipe, that'll lead us to where we can generate a bunch of money. But now we know how to get through there. I'm not sure if I should rely on... Because we have to balance how much money we get in the post-fold versus, like, you know, the money that's just available, like this diamond upcoming is a good use for time. We have to judge time spent getting money here versus time that we could be spending on the infinite slot. And I'm not sure how well I'll do at the infinite slot. Like, if your timing is very... I almost said if your timing is very well, which not grammatically correct, but, you know, whatever, sure. You know, sometimes you just say things wrong. But, you know, if your timing's good, I imagine the infinite slot's probably a good use of your time. I mean, it's going to be necessary regardless. But, you know, if you're very good at slamming the thing, probably you want to spend more time on the infinite slot than what I'm about to do is just, I'm going to go through here now that we know what this area looks like. I wanted to hit that button so we could fall down. Oh, you know what the point of the buttons are? The point of the buttons are to, like, give you a quick way, so like whenever we're doing time, we'll hit all the buttons and fall down instead of taking these little tunnels, because these tunnels, you know, while lucrative, they're slow and they're going to stop us from hitting our time. So we'll just need to balance that out. Okay, so we have a minute and a half. I'm going to run up here. I'm holding up on the D-pad. You have to hold up on the D-pad or else you won't come in here. Now, there's a bunch of bumble prods. We have like a minute and a half left. We need to make 20,000 coins. All right, bumble prod times. Let's go. Okay, well, that's a good start, a great start. I wasn't expecting that to work out well. Oh, shoot, this gives you a ton of money. So much money. We only need to hit it twice. I was worried about how this would work out, but we only need to hit this one more time, so not as worried. And there we go. We've done it. This should be the money we need, enough money, unless it gives you less money each time. Is that enough money? I think that's going to be enough money. I'll just go ahead and... Well, I was going to be like, oh, I'll start slamming now just in case. But no, it's perfect. I was really worried about that one because I was like, I wasn't sure how many times we would need to hit that slot. Because, like, in Glitter Town, like, we had to hit it, like, what, 7 times to end up winning. And that one's pretty quick. You know, it only has one winning value on it, a bunch of bumble prods. So, you know, that could have gone worse. So I suppose that's it for that run. And now we do the next run where we don't get hurt. Oh, wait, I missed a treasure. Uh-oh, where was there was a treasure I missed. I don't remember where the last treasure is. Uh-oh, let's go back in and find it, I guess. We got 3 things we got to do now. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, so this is a bit of a rude place to put a treasure. Like, I guess they've lined up these floaty band and arrows in such a way that if you, like, just jump on them immediately like I do, you'll just totally miss out on this treasure. And miss out on Spy Fruit? What a cute treasure to miss out on. Bit of a rude treasure, huh? I mean, it's a little rude. I wouldn't say, like, oh, bad design. Like I wouldn't, like, get all, like, hoity-toity about... I mean, I guess I am by being like, oh, it's rude. But, I mean, it's a bit of a... It's an interesting place to put a treasure. Like, I mean, I guess the point is, like, if you were to, you know, go up there and then you'd fall down and then see it. But I didn't because I jumped or something dumb. Okay, so now we're at the end. We've collected a slightly rude treasure, and now we just need to get out very quickly and without hurting ourselves, which shouldn't be too hard. I think we figured out everything we needed to know during our first 2 attempts at our first run at this, so it'll be fine. It'll be easy peasy. I could turn around for that diamond, but like I said, money is worthless. Who cares? I mean, a Wario wants it, and maybe that's the only reason we have to do anything in this life, because, you know, if Wario wants it, perhaps we should give it to him. But no. We're not turning around because we got to get out of this level quick. And I don't know how much time we have to do it. And this loading screen's taking a little bit long. Sometimes the loading screens take a little while, and it's a little strange because my computer, not to brag or anything, but runs this game and records at the same time with no issue. Like my computer's like the CPU usage says 2% on my recording software. So like I assume it has something to do with the emulation, like emulating like the Wii's specs at some level. Like I don't have it like set up to like, oh, I want to overclock my Nintendo Wii settings and Dolphin, which I assume it has. And can I hit the stupid switch? Oh, well, we made it over. That's nice. So I assume it's something to do with like, oh, you know, it's trying to do it like a normal Wii would do it. and now I'm doing a bad job at escaping. So it's fine because I learned the secrets during my time that I spent in low down depths. I had to think about the name of the level, about like turning and jumping. Like I learned so much about how the game functions, and I don't want to go into that pipe. I actually don't know how we need to get out in 140. We should have enough time to cram ourselves in there. Yeah, it's no problem. It was close, but it was fine. You know, I made some mistakes, but we pulled it out, and that's all that matters. Sometimes you make mistakes, but then you pull out the winning mistake. You do the mistake that's the correct one. Sometimes you make a correct mistake in life. Now that we've overcome the difficulties of the city, the difficulties of city life, we're going to take a nice little treat, a nice little train ride, a nice little... The train's going to fly off the tracks, and it's going to be really cool because we're going to be on it, but because Wario is immortal, even though he's not immortal in this game, it's perfectly fine, and it'll be a fun ride instead of a very bad, dangerous thing where people die and it's sad. And, you know, we're going to do it finishing before the clock hits 120. Beat the stage without taking damage, collect 50,000 coins, defeat the golden enemy, don't defeat any enemies, jump off 5 banded arrowheads in a row, and eat 5 heads of garlic along the way. So, you know, we just got this map in not Glitter Town, Neon City, but it's an alternate version of Wreck Train. So I really appreciate the Rocking Range coming out here and being like, okay, so 2 of our levels are going to get alternate versions. Which 2 should they be? And, you know, the designers rightfully went, oh, it should be the cool train and the cool, you know, Vegas-y one, right? Casino was the word I was looking for. And everyone was like, yeah, no, it's got to be those 2. Why would we choose any other options? So thank you, video game, for doing this. So this is going to be 2 runs. You know, obviously we have contradicting missions. So we will be not defeating any enemies. Many enemies will be defeated this one. This time we're doing the mission defeat many enemies instead of don't defeat any enemies. So many enemies will be defeated as opposed to any enemies not being defeated is what's happening. Also because, you know, we have to destroy the golden enemy. Not destroy, defeat. I mean, I suppose. Defeat, destroy. Same thing, really. The game says defeat, so we'll be worrying about that on our second run. I believe you can do time and money on the same run. If not, I'll be decently sad. I'm not sure why I said that. Because then that means we'll have to do a 3rd run. Because there's things we need in the post-fold that would stop us from doing the run. So it's no secret I like trains. I waxed on about it during Wreck Train, but this is such a really cool room. So it's like, okay, you're on a train, which is cool. You get to hit a lot of buttons, which apparently I like hitting buttons in video games. Something I'm learning about myself. But you also get to protect this band and arrow. You get to make a little friend. You make a friend on a train where you push some buttons, and because you protected this friend, you saved this friend's life. Their life is now yours. You can use them as ammunition to come back here and get the treasure time table to train, which is the goal of all of your friends. The purpose of having friends is so you can one day throw them at a block and get yourself treasure time train table time. It's the entire point of friendship. It's a tale as old as time. Disney song. I think Tale as Old as Time. I think that's a Beauty and the Beast song. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Because the only Disney movies I personally care about are the Goofy movie, The Great Mouse Detective, Lilo and Stitch, some Pixar movies. My favorite Pixar movie being Up, because it's very cool and good, and I like it a lot. And that's it. All of your Disney movies, unimportant. Who cares? Oh, and that almost rocketed me straight into the spikes, which would have made me very sad. It would have made me sad. I'm not very sad because oh, I guess you were a boomed and arrow, and then I threw a thing at you, and you stopped being a boomed and arrow. That's nice. I guess. So what was I saying? I was saying something about Disney movies, and then the spikes wouldn't have made me that sad because we have a second run anyway. So I would have no skin off of my teeth because my teeth don't have skin on it. Never really understood. I guess there's the gums. Maybe that saying's relating to the gums. Now, what do I want to do with this guy here? So I want to take him somewhere safe to shake him out. Maybe I should just drop down here. If I drop down here, then I could shake him out. Just hope none of the coins bounce back into the spikes. Or, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push you over here. I'm not sure if I can make that jump back in there. So you stay right there. Stay right there, please. And then we'll come back, and hopefully the game doesn't, like, despawn them or anything, because I want to keep the switch on. So I was trying to be careful to make this jump. But I suppose we could also just punch it on our way up, because the buttons in this game are very cool, and they'll be activated by you ground pounding them, hitting them with the dash attack tackle, whatever it's actually called. Who knows? The science is out on that one. I really enjoy the switches in this game, being able to hit them multiple ways. And I'll just go ahead and destroy you just because I find the boom arrows. Anything that can shoot a projectile at you could be a problem. And yes, we want the yellow. Make sure that the yellow switch is active whenever you leave the screen. Otherwise, you'll be sad later. So something interesting about Derailed Express that I have failed to mention up until this point is it's interesting. There's more outside segments than there were in... Oh, that's so... Oh, no, that big gold coin, no! Oh, that might have just ruined our chances at getting all of the money in the level. I suppose we'll just we'll keep going at it, and if it doesn't work, I'll just be incredibly sad for the rest of my life. Which, it's... my life is just like moments away from, I guess, entering eternal sadness at any turn, it seems. I just find it interesting that you get to see more outside segments in which you get to contend with the wind blowing mechanic, which it's not like it's like unique to this video game or anything. Like, you know, plenty of platforming games use like, oh, the wind blowing you back. But it's just fun to have like a little like thing to change it up like that. It's funny because wind blowing mechanics, like, people don't tend to... I guess wind blowing mechanics are less common than ice levels. I was about to say, people complain all the time about ice levels, but you don't hear people complain about wind blowing all that much. But, you know, it's probably just because ice levels are more common, and so, you know, it gives you more of a chance to play a bad one, and also just the loss of control is, you know... You can slip in a bunch of different directions, whereas like when you're being pushed, it's like, oh, I'm being pushed one specific direction. Like, maybe it's easier for people to grapple with that in their heads. Also, something interesting about Wreck Train is it doesn't utilize... Speaking of the wind, I guess, is it doesn't have the weird engines that acted as like little gatekeepers where you had to grab the ball and throw it at them to like destroy them to move on. Also, you make little stairs. Be careful with the blocks so you can make a stairs so you can continue on. It's interesting that they don't have the those little engines that were unique to Wreck Train. And they also don't have the little springy pump things like the ones that we saw in Wreck Train and Mount Big Hill. Just interesting to see an alternate version that goes harder on like different mechanics while removing some, as opposed to just adding different things. This arrangement here, interesting, where you just gotta like... You gotta ricochet the ball in such a way that it bounces back and hits the... that thing back there, the wooden crate, because when you throw it, you want to hit the switch to drop the blocks, but if you don't hit the wooden crate like on its return, it'll fall, and then the wooden crate will stop you from like continuing onwards, because then it'll be blocked. Like, the wooden crate will have the steel block on top of it, which stops you from interacting with it and destroying it in any way, and then you're in trouble. Also, this ladder here, just a lot of interesting things to talk about and point out. It's almost like we're playing a video game that I enjoy, that have lots of things to talk about. So first off, that ladder there, with the things trying to hurt you going up, gives me a Wario Land 3 vibe, just because there was those weird debug enemies that looked like... Well, they weren't actually debug enemies. There were worms that pop out of the wall that went, and they looked like debug enemies, but they were real enemies in the real video game, and I refer to them as like debug-looking enemies and the Wario Land 3 LP, and just climbing up a dangerous ladder reminded me of that. Not that that's unique to this video game, and I need to move on from that thought because I'm just standing here because there's another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about this steel block that you drop on this steam pipe thing. I just find it interesting because like it seems like at some point, I'm guessing they had a bigger plan for like having to drop blocks on these steam geysers. And I believe that's the only instance where you actually do it, unless for some reason there's going to be another level that has these steam things, which I don't believe there is, and it'd be a little out of place if there were. So it's just interesting to me that that's the only instance where you drop a block, and it's not really a puzzle as much as there's a button literally next to a thing that does a thing. Like, I might as well have ground pounded it, you know, for all of the work it does. So it's just interesting to me. I bet at some point they had planned, like, oh, we'll design this, and then maybe we'll use it in a level somewhere, and they just didn't end up using it or something. Who knows? Who could say? But it feels like they probably had a bigger plan than just, oh, if you'll just hit this button and it drops a thing. It feels like they were planning to utilize that in some other way. Okay, so we haven't been hurt yet. For some reason, I thought we got hurt, but it's fine. If I don't have to worry about it in our second run, it'll be fine. So this time we're going to be shooting for money and gold. I don't know if I'll manage to do it, especially since I just messed up there. I mean, we could have kept going, but you know, we've hit the checkpoint. There was no like, don't use the checkpoint mission, the worst mission in the game. So we might as well just, you know, restart, you know, be able to complete the level without taking damage, not have to worry about it on our second run. And also, I think we can do time this time. So we might as well just gun for it, because if I can get into this pipe a little bit quicker, I bet we can shoot past that without having to wait. So I need to get in there quicker, but for some reason, getting into pipes and stuff, like, it's a cannon, not a pipe, but, anytime you have to crawl into a thing, it just feels very strange in this game. Like, the max fast velocity dash raiders, the pipes, any of the bucket things, you push down to get on it, and it feels like every time I do it, Wario always, and that's not going to work because I hit off the thing, so I'm just going to sit here and wait, instead of, like, just trying to do that. Like, I'm not sure how critical our time's going to be, but, we might as well just get a move on. Anytime you have to get into anything, it feels like Wario always crouches first, and I'm not sure if the game's just very specific about how it wants you to get into a thing, and I'm just bad at doing it, or if just maybe... Well, I'm guessing it's just the game has a very specific place it wants you to stand whenever you do that. Okay, so there's a trail of coins up there that makes you want to jump for it, but you shouldn't jump for it, because if you jump for it, you'll end up like coming to this side of the screen, and then you'll be in trouble, because you won't be able to get the money, and you'll be very sad. Hopefully jumping there was okay. Jumping there was not okay, because there was a diamond back there that we wanted, and I don't want to run into the thing. Oh, and we're also actually about to run out of time, because I saw the time. It was like 1:20. I think it was 1:20. Maybe it was 1:30. I believe we have to get out of here before 1:20. So that would have been bad because we, wouldn't have gotten the diamond. Oh, I should have checked our money. I really wanted to, like, unpause and see, like, well, I suppose we could have seen the money on the pause screen, and I just didn't think about it because I was like, well, I want to see how much time is remaining. It's interesting that the pause screen doesn't show you time remaining. You think they would have a thing for that on the screen and be like, oh, here's the time you have left remaining. So I'm guessing we got to shoot ourselves out a little bit faster than I was previously doing it, because we have about 30 seconds to do this post-fold. Based on the time it took me to get here. Like, I guess we have, 40 seconds because, we start with, I believe it starts with 2 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm not really sure what I could really improve on other than doing that segment faster. I don't think I was really held up all that much. This segment's mean, though, because if you jump for those coins, you're screwed. And if you don't jump off of that second screen, then you'll just... Oh, and wait, I didn't want to jump there. I did want to jump there? Oh, well, okay. We got the money? Okay, we're good. I don't know what I did wrong last time, but I did something wrong. It's just very mean, that one, that post fold. Like, you have to, in certain places, you have to jump onto a screen that you can't see, and there's not really a good indication of when you should and when you shouldn't. Like, I guess, like, you wouldn't want to jump for those coins, because, like, if you recognize there's a loading screen, you might be like, oh, well, then if you jump onto another screen, how am I going to get back onto the other screen? Like, maybe if you're thinking about that, like, that way. I'm not sure if that even made sense. Like, maybe if your thought is, once I go to the next screen, I might not be able to get back. And then, like, maybe be like, okay, well, I shouldn't jump for that because there's a diamond down there and I should prioritize the diamond over the gold or whatever. How close were we to getting the gold, actually? Only 1,000 gold over. I don't know why I always say gold instead of coins. Not sure. Okay, so now it's time to do this again. So, getting through this level without destroying any enemies, pretty simple to do. It'd probably be harder to not destroy enemies in the post fold, because if you're gonna dash out of here, you're likely to hit some people. So we're not going to dash. I mean, we will have to dash right here. Hopefully that boom and arrow stays out of our way. Yeah, he's out of the way. And then I'm just going to end our dash right here, because otherwise we would have bumped into some of these friends. And I'm just going to go ahead and push y'all down into this hole. Maybe that'll work, because we need to jump off 5 banded arrowheads in a row. Oh, and that's bad. I don't want to be over here. Because we're going to push all these banded arrows together, and then we're just going to hop off them a bunch of times and see what we can do with that. And then we'll be good, because the only missions we have left are don't defeat any enemies and jump off the 5 banded arrowheads. So pretty easy pickings if we can line them up in such a way that we jump off of them. It may be a little bit of a challenge with the wind blowing and such, and I probably could have shot there and been fine, but I hesitated, so we'll just wait for it. It's not like we're going for time, and I think we'll be good on time, even if we're going to come out a little slowly, unless I have to like stop and reset the band and arrow thing a whole bunch. Let's go ahead and push y'all over. Maybe pushing them into the hole isn't the best idea, because the way this game works, like, once an enemy is stunned, let's just go ahead and just do this. Push you all easier this way. Once an enemy's in the stun state, you can't bounce off of them again, so perhaps pushing them all into this hole, maybe not super smart, because, oh yeah, now they're all, like, in a kind of like a, I was going to say secluded, but since they're all bundled up like that, like, yeah, I have the chance to bounce off more than one's head at once. But I bet if I just play the game... No, I was going to say, maybe if I play the game very well, I can overcome this. But they're kind of just bullying me now. So perhaps rather than pushing them into the hole. Yeah, rather than pushing them into the hole, let's take the red ones, and this will be a little difficult because now we'll have to contend with the wind. Contwind? This may be a joke there. I'm relying a lot on these portmanteau like wordplay things, but you know it's just where your brain goes whenever you're on a derailed express. Also, this train not exactly derailed. It never flew off the tracks, from what I could see, but. This may work out a little better. I don't think, you know, this run will work out because we only have 30 seconds left. I mean, you know, we might as well just attempt it. Maybe going against the wind here is not the smartest idea, and the stupid red bandit arrows, like, ran away from us since it'll be hard to bundle them up. The hole seemed like a convenient way to bundle them together. Oh, well, we almost did it, but we're almost out of time, so it's fine. Just, you know, we'll just have a shot at it. There we go, we did it. We don't have enough time to get out of level, though. But you know, it's fine. I think it'll work better this way if I can execute on it a little better. Maybe I was thinking maybe if I moved. What if I threw the red? Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, I can't just leave. I have to free the Merfolk. I almost forgot about the Merfolk. It's interesting that the Merfolks end up back in the cages when you repeat the levels, especially since like when you refight a boss. You know, they instead of giving you the emblem, they give you a diamond. It's interesting that they didn't come up with like a replacement thing for like the Merfolks, like, oh well, here's like a coin, or like having like a stuffed animal Merfolk in there or something cute like that. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna push the red guys into the hole, so they'll stay down there. And since the yellow guys don't move, like I mean, they obviously jump, but since they don't like walk or anything, give me enough room so I can Earthshake Punch without being slid off. Now we can just push them down. I'll push them close to the hole, and this should leave them in a space where we can like easily jump from. Like, we'll let those heal. Okay, so now I can hop off one. Yeah, see, like this is going to be much easier that way, and don't accidentally destroy any of them. So I'm going to be actually a little bit more careful with the two button. No, it's one that does the punchies. Oh, how will this work? Because we're not dashing, so we've. Oh no. The second I entered that screen, the enemy died because of the button. Because I left the yellow button unactive. The boomed and arrow is standing in such a oh damn! I'm gonna have to replay this level, huh? I suppose I could leave. I'll just leave the level, I guess. Just since we have time, and then I'll do it again without defeating any enemies. It probably won't even be worth showing, honestly, since. You know, not defeating any enemies is pretty simple up to this point. And you're seeing me escape. God, that sucks that whenever enemies are destroyed by, you know, things that aren't you, it counts as an enemy being defeated. Like that stupid spin bat and bad manner. That was dumb. It killed itself, and then it counted as me defeating any enemies. Dang, yeah. I suppose I'll go and replay that and. Don't defeat any enemies. I know I said it probably wouldn't be worth saying, but I just wanted to vocalize my thoughts before we stopped being in this level, especially since, you know, this is the last time we'll be in a train level. Well, I was gonna say in this game, but also I guess also in a Wario Land game, since this is the last Wario Land game as of now, unless someone at Nintendo makes me a really happy boy. So you know, we'll just go ahead and walk out of here. And I just thought it's interesting. How important that stupid yellow uncertainty switch is in the in this room, because you know if you don't hit it now, like you know, it'll fall and destroy that boomed and arrow, mess up your don't defeat any enemies thing, which is interesting. That's like, oh shoot, that can wreck it. But also if that thing isn't hit, if that button isn't hit, you can't do the escape on time and money, because you need that yellow pathway right above where we beat the golden enemy. You need that to be active to like continue and come and get one of the diamonds, you know, be able to get out in a timely manner. So it's just interesting how important that one thing is. And I guess I would say like, oh, it's a bit mean that there's things that can mess you up in the post-fold, like as you play through the main game, but like, well, it's, yeah, a little mean, because then you realize, oh, I've messed up and have to go and basically, you know, replay the entire level to fix it. It also makes sense because it, you know, with the nature of post-fold, you're going to be going through areas, or, well, you know, some post-fold levels, you know, you go through old areas, you go through new ones, etc., etc. But when you're traversing through old areas, what you do in the pre-fold should affect the post-fold, because, you know, it adds a level of, emergent gameplay. Because, you know, if you stop and think about it, like, oh shoot, I could be coming back here in the post fold. How do I want these buttons to be active? And I was gonna complain like, oh well, how would you know that you want it on or off? And I guess it's probably logical to think about it like, oh, if this button isn't active and, you know, the room resets, this block will fall. Like, I mean, that's thinking a little like, oh, very gamey, like, oh, you know, the block will reset and then fall on an enemy. So, you know, something you wouldn't have to worry about. But thinking about it as, oh, I will need this path to like run across and like be able to escape in a timely manner, which maybe you wouldn't know if you've never played this game before. Like, oh, well, if I'm dashing with the wind, I'll be able to jump off this runway and make it into this area that I hadn't seen previously. Maybe it's a bit gamey to think about it that way, but is thinking about video games in a gamey way inherently bad? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Like having to think about like, oh, as a video game, what should I do as opposed to it's a video game, so thinking about it as a video game is important. I was trying to like think about it like as like a like, is it weird to think about games as a game? But I'm thinking about like, should you have to think about it as a game designer, as a player? But like that isn't like worrying about. I guess worrying about the game design is inherent to the gameplay. I'm going to say that it's fair. It's a little mean, but fair. So the Chortle Butt Challenge, which I'm sure did I say Chortle Butt? The Chortle Butt Challenge, which I'm sure I'll have some difficulties with. We must beat the stage without taking damage, beat the enemy before time runs out, and damage the Chortlebot twice in a row. So I didn't remember the Chortlebot being as difficult as he was the first time we played against him. When we fought him, you know, during the main game, episode 7? Episode 7? 3, then 5. I think it was 7 that we fought him. I'm just gonna guess because we fought bosses on odd episodes, and this is World 3, so I think it'd be 7. In fact, I'm sure. The more I talked about it, the more I was so sure. And oh, look, the Smash logo, Chortlebot for Smash. So I'm just, hopefully this boss won't give me as much trouble as it was previously. So what we need to do is, well, we've already failed it. I think the secret to this boss is being very aggressive, like rather than like running away and like letting him call the shots. Like we're just gonna get up in there. So he's coming over here, so I'm gonna immediately start spinning and let's attack him before he attacks. We'll come up here and we know we can hit him. Oh, we know we can hit him from the top and the bottom, I believe is something we learned last time. Don't know. I think whenever he like to actually hurt him, like when his weak point is exposed, you can only hit him in the top. Oh, and I think I've messed up already. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know how tight the time is for these boss fights. Like when we beat Hot Roderick, we had like 9 seconds left, but that boss seems pretty like on rails in terms of like the timing, since the boss kind of runs the show in terms of like, oh, you know, he presents your opportunities to attack, etc., etc. Okay, so now he's presenting an opportunity to hurt him, and I wanted to try and hurt him twice in a row, but fortunately I was not able to get it. Those about to attack me. Let's go ahead and get to a safe zone. I wanted to try and attack him before he spawned those in, but that did not seem to work out for me. The part I'm really worried about is once he starts like twisting his like nose around and like taking over the entire stage, just because that's kind of rough for me to personally dodge. Oh, no, it bounces me too far away, so I should probably actually stop spinning. I think the secret to hitting him twice in a row might be, instead of doing it... oh, shoot. I think the secret to hurting him twice in a row might be to not hit him in the spinning state, since the spinning state, when we hit him, it kind of rockets us away from him. What if we just like jump on him normally? It might have to be it'll probably have to be a ground pound to hurt him, because it's not like, you know, an old Wario game where just jumping on an enemy's fine. You know, you always have the means to ground pound. You always have the means to do your tackle punch, not like in Wario Land. Wario Land 1, Wario Land. Virtual Boy yeah, because you become small Wario in that one, so you can lose your ability to punch, but I'm not sure if ground pounding is always accessible or not. So okay, we'll do that. Oh, and no, ground pounding also rockets you off. When it says hurt him twice in a row, does that mean that we have to do it in the same jump? Or does that mean like just hurt him twice in a row before his weak point goes away? Because if it's before his weak point goes away, the best way to do that might be to injure him with a spin and then to follow up with a ground pound. At least get him close to the poles, because if we get close to the pole, then we can stop our like being like ejected away from him. Oh, and dang it, I keep falling off and then doing the shake, because you got to shake to spin on these poles, which is a little annoying. Like the pole's a little annoying. I'm definitely not as egregious as like the aiming stuff that we had to do with Hot Roderick, but you know, it's fine. And he might be in a bit of a weird spot, but we'll go ahead and go for it. And let's go ahead and try and... No, we were too slow on that one. I was hoping I could get to him before he did his thing. Let's go ahead and get to a safe spot. I'm not in a safe spot, but it's fine. He didn't manage to hit me, so it was fine. I'm a little far away from him. Let's go ahead and move over, get a little closer. I like that his nose is a yo-yo. Just a little thought. Unfortunately... No, damn it. I thought that would have been the best shot we had at attacking him, but unfortunately I biffed it. Let's wait for his things to go away, and we'll start hitting him before that happens, because I don't want him to do that, because if he does that, I'm going to be sad. And unfortunately for us, I think I've also biffed this one in terms of hitting him twice. Yeah, I think the secret to beating this boss is just, like, we need to attack him a bunch before he starts spinning around and stuff, because once he starts doing this shit, like, I'm just kind of out of luck because I'm bad at this video game. God, I just... Like, I don't hate the spinny pulls, but having to, like, spin up with the shake is just a little obnoxious. But, you know, in normal gameplay, it's fine, because it's like, oh, you know, whatever. If I'm not super fast, who cares? Like, you can't punch him in the face. You can only hit him from the top. I didn't even manage to hurt him once that time. I'm just going to go ahead and retry since we are on a timer as well. Something I forget, even though there's a timer literally in the corner, I just super forget about it, just because you kind of, like, after playing this game enough, it's just like, oh yeah, sure, there's a timer in the corner, yeah, whatever. You know, something that, like, Wario Land 4, like, I think you typically feel the time a bit more in Wario Land 4, since it puts it in the middle of the screen with, like, very large numbers, whereas, you know, this one's, like, you know, like, neatly tucked away in the UI off to the side. Not to say, like, oh, just because of Wario Land 4 is more obvious, I think it's better or anything in terms of, like, which presentation's better, because I do really like the UI in this game. Like, you know, like the Sonic... I almost said Sonic the Ass Hedgehog instead of, like, Sonic the Hedgehog Ass, like I would normally say. Like, pause menu, I really like that pause menu. I like the way it, like, opens and closes. It looks very nice to me. Still not really sure about how we're going to manage to hurt him twice, since, like, if I keep trying to jump like that... Oh, hey, there's a flag in the background that's a Wario W. I mean, it's a W, but it's a Wario W because it's purple like Wario, and also it's in a Wario game, so we can only assume that the W is meant to represent Wario more than anything else. So we'll just, I guess, keep pounding him in the face. Oh, I did not think we would hit him on that one. Oh, no, I was so certain that would be the one where we hit him twice, because I'm starting to get a little self-conscious about how we're actually supposed to manage to do that. No, I stopped spinning the thing, and now he's going to start spinning, because if he does that, I'm in trouble, because I'm bad. Oh, no, damn it. Oh, no, this is good. Come down fast, Wario. If you come down fast, yes, we've damaged him twice in a row. Cool. So you don't have to bounce off of him, or, like, not, like, touch... Oh, well, I mean, I guess we didn't touch the ground. We touched the pole. Oh, no. Yeah, I saw that and knew it was over. How are we going to beat him without taking damage? This is going to be a rough one. Honestly, when I was planning for this game, because, like I've said, I've never done the missions before, because, you know, some of these missions are pains in the asses, as you've seen. I was really worried about Shake King, because I was like, oh, damn, how am I going to beat Shake King without taking damage? I never considered, how am I going to beat Chortlebot Challenge without taking damage? Well, I mean, we managed to attack him twice in a row, like, on our first one, so that's pretty good. I bet if we were, like, really slick, we could probably get in an attack before he becomes invincible. Because he becomes, like, invincible for a moment there. Oh, no. Ah, damn. He becomes invincible for a moment there when he starts spinning all the balls around, and then it gets scary to hit him because they're going to turn his spikes. I suppose, you know, we're resetting a bunch, so I might as well should probably experiment with the boss, seeing what we can and cannot get away with, as opposed to just trying my best, and then maybe, like, you know... Maybe I'll get, like, really good at the game or something, but, you know, more likely than not, like, probably just making this harder on myself by not attacking... Oh, that was cool. By not attacking him whenever the balls are out. Like, yeah, like, the balls there, like, kind of, like, acted as a shield and stopped me from getting in there. And I'm not sure... Oh, damn. I'm not sure if there was a better chance to get in on that. So, really, I don't think this boss is going to be much more than, like, learning how to perform... What's the word? There's a word I was looking for, like, there's a word, like, that's like, oh, actually performing it. Oh, can I get in there before? Yes, cool. We can get in there before he stops. Execute was the word I was looking for. It was like, it's a word like perform, but it makes you sound smarter when you say it. And I was about to be like, oh, I should probably just wait for his thing to go away so I could hit him. But we are on a timetable here, and so I'll back off while he spins quickly, and I just played a little... Ah, damn it. I was going to play chicken with him, but then I lost the game of chicken because I backed off before Damn it. I was like, well, I'll wait for him to stop spinning, but I'll stay in an attacking position. So as soon as he stops spinning, I can jump. And then I got nervous and backed off. And that's, of course, when he let us in on that. And I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that. My Wiimote turned off again. My Wiimote keeps turning off. Oh my god, that's it. That's it, we did it. We did. Oh my god, I've been doing this. How long have I been doing this? I've been doing this for an hour. My finger hurts. This D-pad. This D-pad can do it, but not only does my finger hurt, but so does my heart. My heart is in great distress because I can't believe that freaking took so long. But most importantly, it's hard to be excited, even though I actually am incredibly excited, because we had a loss in the family today. Rest in peace, Golden Skyward Sword Wiimote. You've done me well. We've been friends for so long. I've used you as the controller. I'd use anytime I play a Wii game, it'd always be the Golden Skyward Sword controller. But unfortunately, it's not working anymore. It keeps disconnecting every few seconds to minutes. It's become a little volatile. At first I thought, oh, maybe I'll change the batteries, so I put in new batteries. That wasn't doing it. Turned out one of my other controllers had turned on, and I was like, no, maybe it's fighting with the thing for control. Maybe they're trying to send signals, and it's getting disconnected because the other thing's connecting. So I turned it off, and it's been off. Still kept turning off. So grabbed a new Wiimote, and now I am using black WiiMotion Plus. WiiMotion Plus inside Wiimote instead of the Golden Skyward Sword Wiimote. Truly a sad day. Casualties at the hands of the Chortlebot Challenge. Truly, his dark, edgy humor was too dark and edgy for us. So I suppose we'll read our ill-gotten gains as the sad thing that you said. What is it? What do you read at a funeral? The remembrance. A soliloquy? It's not a soliloquy. You do a soliloquy about their life. I can't think of the phrase. Play money. Experience the feeling of being a millionaire without any of the actual wealth. Mere crystal ball. Finally, a way to simultaneously tell fortunes and host disco parties. Hard saying that. Spy fruit. Extremely rare fruit trained in espionage and counterintelligence. Train timetable. A schedule for the derailed express. Huh. It's scheduled to derail at 4:15. Weird. I wonder if that's a joke, like if something bad happened at 4:15 at some point, or if the joke is just, oh, it's scheduled to derail. That's weird. 24K baseball bat. The few players that actually use these do surprisingly well. Maybe it distracts pitchers? Overachieving star. This one shines brighter than any other star out there. Show off.
It's called a road, it's called a rainbow road. It is a road that you go. It's called a road, it's called a rainbow road. And you will know when you get there. It's a road called Rainbow Road. It's a road we're all gonna go. It's a road called Rainbow Road. It's got Princess Peach, Mario, and the Toad. It's a road called Rainbow Road. It's a road we're all gonna go. We'll go.
It's Rainbow Road, it's where you go when you die. It's Rainbow Road. I'll miss you again.